Welcome, YouTubers. Last week, I enabled the new Rich Content Editor in the GCSC instance of Canvas. The reason for doing this is the new Rich Content Editor allows pages and assignments to be autosaved for up to 1 hour. This impacts students who might be answering an assignment and lose their content for whatever reason by closing their browser or the internet going down. Now those assignments will not be lost and they'll be saved for up to 1 hour. However, this update also comes with some new features in the Rich Content Editor, and I want to spend a few minutes going through those. So let's take a few minutes to learn about the new features. As mentioned in the introduction, the primary reason for upgrading to the new Rich Content Editor was to enable the autosave feature. However, there are a number of other options that are also useful that come with the upgrade. First of all, you can see that I've created a page in Canvas, and you will notice the Rich Content Editor now expands to include nearly the entire page of the browser. Previously, it took up about the middle third of the screen. The toolbar is more condensed as like items have been grouped together, and you can tell that by the drop-down bar, and I will explore all of those in the coming minutes. The content sidebar that was previously on the right side only shows when linking or uploading media or other files. And images and media can be now inserted by dragging and dropping, and again, I will cover that in just a few minutes. The keyboard shortcut, the accessibility checker, the word count, and the HTML editor have all been grouped together on the bottom right portion of the Rich Content Editor, and also the multiple dots here allow you to resize the box where you are typing. Please be aware that if your browser is not full size, so if you are not maximized, all of the options will appear as 3 dots on the right side of the toolbar. That's a very quick overview of what the toolbar looks like, and now we'll dive into some more specifics. Moving from left to right on the new Rich Content Editor, you can see that the font size, the paragraph style, bold, italicize, and underline have all remained virtually unchanged. Likewise, the text color and the background color look very similar. However, please be aware that the drop-down arrow gives a different look and feel to how you select colors. You can choose from the standard colors that are listed, or you can select the palette to choose even more colors or a custom color. You can see that I've inserted a title, so if I wanted to make that a larger font size, that operation is essentially the same. If I wanted to bold it, that operation is the same. If I want to change the color, I can select any of the colors that are listed and then choose that option. Moving down the toolbar, the superscript and subscript options have changed a little bit. The drop-down gives you the option to select either the superscript or the subscript. So you can see on CO2, I would want the subscript, so I would select subscript. And on 10 to the third power, I would want a superscript, so I'm going to select the superscript. Obviously, you can toggle the other option to change that if you would like. Also, if you would like to remove the subscript or superscript option altogether and go back to your original format, you can select the clear formatting and it will take it back to its original format. In this case, I would need to change that back to a size 18 font so that it matches the previous text. The options for page formatting have remained essentially unchanged, though they are now grouped together. If I want to center the title, I can select the drop-down right here and choose the center alignment. If I want to add a series of bullets or numbers to items that I already have, I can select the ordered list and select either bullets or numbers. If I want to increase the indentation for one of those, I can choose this option and I can either decrease or increase indentation depending on which option I select. So I can increase there and I can hit the drop down to select decrease. Everyone is going to want to create hyperlinks in their Canvas course. You can see that I have an example right here. And as always, I will highlight the text that I want to link and I will click the drop down next to the chain link. You have the option to add an external link. This would be to a website or to a shared Google Doc or a shared Microsoft Office doc, something like that. Something outside of Canvas is where you would be linking to. You would just paste that address right here and then click done. Alternatively, you also have the option to add course links, and this brings up the menu that always used to be on the right side, but now you can link to pages or assignments or quizzes or any content in the course by selecting the caret right here, dropping that down, and then selecting what assignment you would like to link to. Notice there is also the drop-down arrow next to links, and you can now choose course files. These are files that are for this particular course of Canvas, and you may also choose user files, which are your files for all courses within Canvas. But you can choose to link to any of these items, and all you do is select what you would like to link to. So if I want to link students to the e-learning day template, I just select that and the link will be inserted. The process for inserting images is very similar to the process for inserting links. To insert an image, I'm going to select the drop-down next to picture, and I'm going to select upload image. I have 3 options here, and I will run through each of those. The first option, if I click the rocket, I will be taken to my file explorer, and I can choose a picture that I would like to insert into my content, and I can select upload and then submit, and that picture will be inserted into the course content. Other options from that drop down, I can also select upload again. And if I have an image that I know where it is already on my computer and that window happens to be open from the File Explorer, I can drag that into the screen and then I can hit submit and that picture will be uploaded as well. So you can do it either by clicking or by dragging and dropping. You also have the option, again, from Upload Image to go to Unsplash. Unsplash is an image sharing site, and let's say that I want a picture of a book. I can just enter that search term. I can find the picture that I like and then hit Submit, and that picture will also be inserted into my course content. Again, I can always resize an image by grabbing the blue squares on the corner and resizing that image. An option that has changed from the past, if you go to Course Images, in the past, you had very small thumbnails. You had to scroll through a large list to see all the pictures. They're now larger, and it makes it easier to insert content. So I can just grab a picture, like let's say I want this Gmail picture, and I can drag that over into the content of the course as well. Also, if you go down to Images and hit the drop down one more time, and you go to User Images, that will show you the files that are associated with your profile picture. And if for some reason you want one of those in the course content, you can drag that in. And from here, you have the ability to navigate back to course files and see the images there as well. So the options are enhanced in terms of adding a picture than they were in the old Rich Content Editor. Hopefully you will find those useful. Inserting media is very similar to inserting a link or inserting a picture. To insert media, I'm going to select the drop down, and then I can select upload or record media. The upload process is exactly the same, so I'm not going to cover that. The record option is improved from previous versions of the Rich Content Editor. So assuming you have a webcam, you can record using your microphone or your webcam there. The other option, of course, is to embed. And if you've watched my channel before, you know that every YouTube video has an embed code. So I can right click on any video, select copy the embed code, jump back over to Canvas, paste that, and then click submit. And that video will be embedded into my course. Again, there are multiple options. By selecting the drop-down, you can go to Course Media, and that will show you any media that has been uploaded to the course. In this case, there is not any. And then also User Media will show you any that are associated with all Canvas courses, and you can see there are a few there that I could choose from. But those options are available as well. So very similar to the last two processes, and hopefully you will find that useful and easier to integrate media into your Canvas course. Again, inserting a document is very similar to inserting a link, a picture, or media. To select the options, you're going to choose the drop down, and then you're going to select Upload Document. The process is exactly the same. You can select a Word document, a PDF, any type of document that you have. Just as it always has, when you submit that document and you insert it into your course, it will be inserted as a link that students will have to click on and download. Additionally, if you already have files that are uploaded to your course, you can select Course Documents. Those will appear on the right side of the course, and you can select those. You also have the ability, again, to choose the user files from here. And notice that from this option, you also have the ability to select images or media. So this is kind of a one-stop shopping. If you would like to insert something, it can be found here, even though it is technically listed under the documents. But very similar to the last three processes discussed. To wrap up the tour of the Rich Content Editor, there are a few options on the right side that we need to discuss. First of all is the clear formatting, which I actually talked about earlier in the video, and that will clear the formatting of anything you've entered. You can insert a table by clicking the drop down and selecting the size of the table that you would like. This is very similar to what was available before. However, please be aware that table properties now can be accessed from the drop down as well. So you can select table properties and you can insert or delete rows and columns from here as well. The equation editor is essentially unchanged from previous versions, but you can insert an equation if needed. And the very last option are apps. And these are things that you can explore on your own. They're add-ins that you can use into the course to embed resources. However, one that is new that I will point out is the Commons favorites. And if you have favorite items in the Canvas Commons, they will show up right here, and you can click on them directly from your course. So if you have images or video or audio or any type of resource favorited in the Commons, it will show up right here, and you don't necessarily have to go into the Commons to download that. So that's a great advantage as well of the new Rich Content Editor. Hopefully you find this new tool useful, and it is also useful for your students so they won't lose work that they've typed in a text box when they're submitting work to you. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. I'll be happy to work with you.